You know, if you are anyone, you know the big news of this past week is it's a boy. April had her baby. I love this little giraffe. Everybody's been following her, and this is what is most hilarious. I'm not sure if you saw this mom on social media feeling April's pain of patiently waiting. Check this out. This is so hilarious. So, well, nesting or not, we all love a clean, organized home. And Brandy is back with a few cool tips to help us stay organized, new baby or not. Welcome, Brandy.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
So were you following April?
Yes, I wasted about 65 hours of my life watching her eat and sleep and do nothing and just be a giraffe.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see the baby
done,
come.
Right? It's
yep.
a boy,
yep.
it's a boy. So, all right. So tell us, how are we going to get organized now that it's spring? We want to get organized.
Yes, well, some of us are still recovering from the holidays, and so we have stuff everywhere. And our friends at Totally Tiffany have sent us some items to show you to help you consolidate some of that and really organize your space. And it's not just for crafting. So, for example, we have their craft cart here, and this is great for all of your craft products, the bottles, and it makes everything in one place. But it also has drawer storage for some of your bigger items.
Love that.
And then on the back, all the way around, as you can see on this one turned around, it's got lots of pockets. You can put scissors and pens and that sort of things. And it also comes on wheels. You can use the wheels or not, so you can wheel it around. So I also have a friend who uses this as a cleaning station, and she keeps all of her cleaning supplies together, and then she just pulls it out and goes room to room with her cleaning supplies.
Love that. Multi-purpose.
Yep, and it keeps it all together, and it makes things happen faster, so it's nice.
Like that. We
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So some of the other things is we have this carrier, and one of our viewers uses it to store her oils and stuff, but this can be used for glue or glitter or stickles or that sort of thing. So if, like you say, if you're not a big crafter, you might find some things around thrift stores. For example, this is a kitchen utensil holder, and we've used it to store all of our office supplies.
Very creative.
This is
because who doesn't need 48 pairs of scissors, right?
Well, I do. Right, but you have items in your office that you might be able to put in there.
Well, I do have several. Like, you've got different shapes of scissors.
Yes, and lots of different colored Sharpies and all that, but this is just a great way to keep it all in the same place.
I love it. Okay.
Yep. So this is actually a fishing tackle box. We kind of went into the men's section a little bit.
That
These
looks
are
fun.
brads and buttons and that sort of thing, but you could also put jewelry in here. You can separate all of the colors. You can mix and match your earrings and necklaces and put your sets together that way too.
How fun. And speaking of jewelry, we've got some of a fun little thing you're going to do to help us keep our jewelry organized.
So going with the theme of multi-purpose and repurposing items, we have a frame with chicken wire that you can either glue or staple to the back, but we can hang our jewelry here. So I know that I've seen the show every week, so I know you have lots of jewelry that you could use, probably a really big one. The beauty of it is you can do any size so that it can match your exact needs. So if you don't have a ton, you can make a small one, but like yourself, you might need that big 16 by 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we make this? Because I do want to make this, because what I love about this is when you're looking at it, like right now I have like a jewelry armoire thing, and when I open it up, there's like, you can't see it all.
Well, and it's
all
stacked, and then it gets tangled up.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other
necklaces especially.
Right. Well, there's another trick. I didn't do it on this one, but you could put tacks right here and then hang your necklaces so that they will sit right next to your matching
I love
pieces.
That. I love
so
it.
This will be multi-purpose.
Okay, so you said it's simple. How do we do it?
So we got just a frame at the thrift store and cut the chicken wire to fit, and then we're just going to hot glue it to the back of the frame here. So
and it looks like there's different sizes of chicken wire too, because that one's bigger. Okay.
Yep, the holes on this are bigger than the ones on this, and it doesn't really matter which one you get.
Okay. And you can be creative with your frames. Obviously, you can pick out whatever goes into your bedroom style or bathroom
exactly.
style.
And you can also spray paint these, so you don't, when you're shopping, you don't really have to worry if this isn't your color or if it doesn't go with your room. You can spray paint it any color.
And I know you've got spray paint with glitter.
You know I do, and I have it on a craft card at home. Let's not even.
All right, we have about a minute left. So
I'm going to show you here. So we're just going to glue right on the inside of the frame. So we've removed the glass, and we kept it black, because that's like the universal color. Yep, we're just running a bead of glue all the way around the inside.
A bead. A bead of glue, okay.
I'm going to make you crafty yet, Jonah. Okay, so then we just lay this right into the frame.
Awesome.
And then we're going to let that glue dry for a little bit. And then when you're done, you have your own jewelry holder.
Super simple.
Yeah,
super simple.
Super
okay.
simple.
Awesome. Now you also have a fun giveaway for people who are sitting at home and they're thinking, I want to get organized this spring, right? So tell us about that quickly.
Well, Totally Tiffany has sent us some fun storage items to give away. So if you will head over to the Idaho Scrapbook Show Facebook page, we want to see the messiest craft room that is in need of a makeover. So we want to give you some storage items to help you. So we are having a giveaway Monday.
Okay.
Submit your picture by Monday at noon, and we will pick the messiest craft room to send a prize package of storage items. Yeah, we're really excited.
Love to win free stuff, right?
Yes, I love winning. Yes.
Brandy, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
I'm
me.
going to make this right now.
Yes.
A bigger one, right?
Obviously.
Thanks, Brandy. All right, well, coming up, the doctor is in, and we're talking to him about sleep, how important it is for you and your children. How much do we actually need? Plus, it's grilling season, and we have some delicious spices and brews just for your next barbecue. We're talking about beer and pairings for your next get-together. When you come to barbecue season and Idaho Craft Beer Month, we're destined for a great time. Idaho Tourism and Idaho Brewers United are joining us today to highlight craft beer all around this amazing state. So today we have Sheila Francis with Idaho Brewers United and Stacy Humphreys with Caboose Spice Company. So we are going to be talking about all of these beers that are made in Idaho. Who knew?
We've got tons. There are 58 open breweries now.
You are kidding me.
And there's a few more on the way.
That is amazing. Okay, so let's talk about what some of these breweries are brewing, right? Right. So let's talk about the first beer that you brought with us, Sheila.
All right, the first beer here we've got is the Laughing Dog Brewing Huckleberry Cream Ale from Ponderay, so way up north. But it's a traditional cream ale which they've added Idaho huckleberry juice to give it a subtle but really tasty huckleberry flavors with it.
You know, it just makes you love the beer even more because it's made right here in Idaho. Like Idaho huckleberries, you're selling it. You're doing good. Yeah. Love it. Okay, so we're going to pair that with a couple different options at your barbecue. So what did you make for us today?
Well, we made a pork chop grilled with River of No Return. Fish and seafood rub, actually.
That?
It's just we have sumac and smoked salt in our fish and seafood rub, which pairs really, really nicely with the huckleberry citrusy berry flavor. And we've topped it with some cherry preserves to bring out the berry flavor in the huckleberry beer.
I think we should try it.
I think we should try it too.
I just
You
so
guys
happen to
gotta
have a bunch of pork. So we're trying the pork chop right here, okay? And then I'm going to dip in some berry stuff.
Make sure
oh my
you
gosh.
get that.
That's good.
Are we coming over to your house for barbecue tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about this next one because I love the pineapple's one of my favorite fruits. Can you put spices on pineapple and fruit?
Absolutely. We used our Kansas City Southern barbecue rub. It's got a little bit of cumin. It's almost like a Tex-Mex flavor.
Oh, wow.
So we sprinkled that on some, this is actually mango.
Oh, it is?
Yes. It looks a lot like
pineapple.
pineapple. No, that's fine. So we put it on some mango and some chicken, and we grilled them on cedar skewers.
So can we try these ones too?
Yes.
You're kind of in my way. I'm going to just...
Yeah,
I'm going to help myself over
I'm totally
here.
kidding. I'm going to eat a big old chunk of mango. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who knew?
So that really brings the fruitiness out in the beer also. And the chicken's nice and light because it's a nice, delicate, crisp beer. So we like to
taste it. Can you taste that spicy? Oh, that is really good.
put a little bit of heat.
Okay, it does have a little bit of heat. Okay, so let's talk about the next beer. Sheila.
Next up, we've got the Sunnyside Session Wheat Ale from Sawtooth Brewing in Ketchum. So session means it's a little bit lower alcohol, which is good, especially if you're going to be hanging out having a barbecue.
So what are we going to put with this, Stacy?
We made a spicy coleslaw with fresh dill using our Three Kings smoky, spicy, sweet rub. And even though it's a rub, you can still use it as a seasoning for salads and coleslaws. So you can use it on meat, you can use it on salads.
Well,
so it's a little spicy.
Sneak over there.
All right. I feel bad eating in front of you. Right?
Hey, I've already tasted it. So. So the fresh dill, there's like, it sounds funny, but there's
That's a spicy. Sorry.
That's
really
Yep.
spicy.
More than I was expecting.
Is there water in the house? Oh, there's beer. We got
beer.
Okay.
That's right. So there's some real citrus notes and some freshness. And so the dill brings up the fresh notes in the beer.
Wow.
And also the spice really pairs with this beer. It's a really
Love it.
great barbecue
Love
beer.
it. Man, can you feel that? All right, so our last beer on tap. Okay, I'm so funny. I'm funny. At least you guys
So
laugh. Okay.
this is the Hinterland Porter from Powderhouse Brewing in Garden
Okay.
City. Don't be afraid of dark. It doesn't mean heavy, so it's
Okay.
actually really light bodied, but has good subtle notes of coffee and chocolate actually.
Coffee and chocolate and
Yes.
beer. Holy cow. Okay. So what do we pair this with, just real quickly?
Well, we've made some curried beef, and the reason this goes so well is beef is, a stronger flavor, and also it's made with coconut milk. And our
That's made with
Cashmere
coconut milk?
Station,
Wow.
yes,
Okay.
Cashmere Station curry spice blend. So,
You need it.
the coconut really pairs nicely with the coffee and chocolate. If you can imagine coconut, like
Wow.
Almond Joy,
Well, yeah.
but
Hello.
savory with curry. So.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we also have a giveaway for all of our Idaho Living viewers. So tell us really
Yes.
quickly about that.
So, Idaho Brewers United, we are giving away 3 sets of our commemorative pint glass.
Love it.
Very limited edition. Some people only got them on the first. But if you visit our Instagram page, ID Brewers,
Okay.
and you tag hashtag PintsUpIdaho, we're gonna with your Idaho brews, your experiences, etc. We'll pick our 3 favorite, and they'll be the lucky winners.
Awesome. We love it. Well, you guys, thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
There's a lot of fun activities that are going around and events throughout the state of Idaho to honor this fun commemorative month. And where can we go to get more information about all the events you've got going on?
All the event information can be found on IdahoCraftBeerMonth.com.
Okay, I've got to ask you, do you have a favorite beer?
I have a favorite style, but I can't pick favorite beers.
All right, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, the doctor is in and he's talking about how you parents can pack too much into a summer and burn the kids out. Can you relate? Plus, how much sleep do we all need anyway? We'll find out right after this. Ask the Doctor is sponsored by Meridian Pediatrics. You're watching Idaho Living here at the Village at Meridian. As we move into the summer months, I know our kids are excited to not have a busy school day, but do you turn it into an even busier summer with all the sports, camps, and activities that could potentially lead to burnout? Well, Dr. Smith is here, and he's going to be talking about the most important things we parents can do for us and our kids to avoid summer burnout. Dr. Smith, thanks for being here with us today.
It's great to be here. Thank you, John.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, because I think as the summer months roll around, as parents, we're starting to think, how are we going to keep our kids occupied? What kind of events, camps, sports can we put them in? How do we not burn our kids out?
Yeah, I think it's a great point. I think that we have some excellent intentions as parents or guardians of these children. We want to keep them excited about their time. We want them to maximize their potential and continue to progress. However, I think we sometimes lose the idea that a child still needs to be a child, a teenager still needs to be a teenager, and they're the ones writing their own story, and we're the ones that are trying to help them. So we have to respect them writing their own story. And I think one of the ways to do that is to have a family council, so to speak, an organized time where we talk to them and gather their opinion as to how they want to spend their summer. 9 months of school in the traditional school format can be rigorous, especially for some of our teenagers. And maybe they want to spend those 3 months really actually relaxing as opposed to doing something that's equally rigorous.
Well, I know myself, doctor, I can think of, okay, you get the summer off, Tyler, my son, but I don't. So I've got this huge list of chores for you to do every single day. And how do we parents know that you're not wasting away the summer versus really overdoing it? Because
Yeah.
my poor kid doesn't get a summer.
I agree. I mean, I agree. I think that we in general want to try to avoid to overbook our children. And I might contradict myself by saying this, but children still depend on structure. So they still need some sort of classroom rules or expectations that they need to abide by. Now, those rules may not have to be as strict as throughout the school year. And that's where the children can play their part and they can voice their opinion as to how they need to be adapted through the summer so that they can enjoy their break.
And I'm hearing you say that I need to I'm kind of hearing you say I need to lighten up a little bit, because it's okay for our kids to relax and have fun and not be going, right?
Absolutely.
What are some signs that we can tell, like with our kids, okay, we've reached the burnout phase where we've got too much going on right now?
I think signs of stress. So if you're noticing that your child is exhibiting any kind of increased irritability, increased anger, resentment towards you, you may want to take the moment and just figure out, hey, are you spending the time that you want to spend? Are you able to relax from the rigors of school that you had, prior to the summer break? And if you're noticing that, then yeah, take the time and talk to them. I think it's also important to recognize that, as a parent or guardian, you are also a variable in this equation. It's a difference for you too. You may not be able to take that break like the child at school, but it is an opportunity to spend some unplanned time with your child that is not going to forever be there.
Okay, so we're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about the doctor about sleep, because I think in summer months we get going and going and going. How important is sleep? And I'm going to ask some questions about us parents too, because I think we need our sleep too, right?
It sounds great.
Okay,
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll be right back. Ask the Doctor is sponsored by Meridian Pediatrics. Getting quality sleep is one of the best things you can do for you and your family's health. We have Dr. Smith here to help us understand why sleep is important. So welcome, Dr. Smith.
Good to be here.
So, we just talked about, avoiding burnout for the summer. And part of that, I think, is getting a healthy night's sleep. Let's talk about sleep. Why is it so important?
Well, one of the things I think it's helpful to establish is the range of hours. And the way I try to remember this is I just remember the adults. The adults need about 7 to 9 hours.
Okay.
And then as you move down in age, you move up in the hours of sleep. So teenagers are more kind of 8 to 10, school age more around 9 to 11, and then that preschool age around 10 to 13 hours. So sleep is essential. It's helpful for their cognitive abilities. It's helpful for their mood. It's helpful for their digestion as well as their physical ability. So.
And I think any mom watching, sometimes our bedtime rituals can be a little bit exhausting in and of themselves, because the kids aren't listening, they're past their bedtime, they're past bath time. So what are some of the tips that you have for moms to help get our kids to bed, get to sleep, and have that nice restful sleep?
Yeah, so those experts in the sleep field, they refer to this as sleep hygiene. And it involves several different factors that can help provide a very calming routine for a child. And I think that this applies to the teenage age, and I think it could be helpful for adults as well. But number one, you want to stop anything that might be stimulating at least 30 to 45 minutes before. And if you happen to have a TV or some sort of internet or phone in the room, I would highly recommend removing that from that room, so that there is nothing that's stimulating them as they're starting to go to bed. The routine should be very consistent, calming. The room should be dark, and some families will get some fabric over the window just to make sure that it stays dark. I like a little bit of white noise, just some background noise to keep the room soothing as well. Beyond there, a nice bedtime story can be helpful as well.
Oh, that's my favorite time. Tyler doesn't like bedtime stories anymore, but that was my favorite time. I love, love, love. Let's talk about sleep aids real quick, because I think there are some things that could be healthy, some that could be not so healthy. So let's talk a little bit about maybe some natural sleep aids and some things that we probably wouldn't recommend.
Right, so some children, if the sleep hygiene is all intact and that's pretty well organized, then sometimes they need some additional natural elements to help them sleep.
Okay.
Melatonin is a very popular one. It's a natural element. It's pretty safe. I personally recommend it for kids that are 5 years and up, but other providers may have different ways that they recommend it. And I recommend lower doses. So talk to your primary care provider as to how to dose it.
All right, well, thank you so much for all of your great tips. As always, head on out to meridianpediatrics.com. You can meet with the doctor and have all of your sleep questions answered.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
It's time to weigh in. During the break, go look up Caillou. Watch a clip and be back in 2 minutes with your opinion. Our Idaho Living viewers are weighing in, as well as our guests. I was a brand new mom 14 years ago in Bliss. And so this little cartoon called Caillou was the first little cartoon my son ever watched. And we all loved Caillou. In fact, Tyler got a Caillou doll for Christmas. We had all the Caillou books and we read them over and over and over. And then over all of the years, moms would bash Caillou for a variety of reasons. So I reached out on Facebook to see what our viewers really thought about this little character, and here are some of their responses. I was shocked. So check this out. So we've got Kelsey Marie saying she won't let her daughter watch the show. Katie says, oh my gosh, I don't like him, but her girls used to. Trinity, she's anti-Caillou. And in fact, with all these comments going around, my sister-in-law told me and showed me there is even parents against Caillou group. So I thought it might be fun to first show you a quick clip and have you and our guest today weigh in on Caillou.
Caillou, you're supposed to stay in your seat.
I don't want to sit anymore. I want to go home.
Just then, the waiter comes to the table with a wonderful dessert. Caillou completely forgets about wanting to go home.
Yay! I'm hungry.
Caillou is happy to be eating at the restaurant with Mommy and Daddy.
All right, so you guys got to weigh in. Are you like a thumbs up for Caillou, thumbs down? What do you think? What? Oh yeah, you're good. What do you know?
I think I would stick with the Caillou books.
Well, for me, there's a part of me that can relate to Caillou, so, you know. And I'll take him however he comes.
Well, and you're a pediatrician. I think the biggest thing that people don't like about him is that he's whiny or that he's kind of selfish and he's, you know, just a brat is what people say. But
I agree.
that's what that's what toddlers act like, and it's real life.
And maybe we as adults don't like certain aspects of Caillou because they reflect something coming out of us.
Haters. He's talking. The doctor's talking to you. All right. Well, again, just give a thumbs up. Nobody's changed your mind. Come on, you guys.
I'll take him out.
I'd have to watch more. I haven't seen that much of him.
All right. Well,
I'll
you
give
guys,
him a
thanks for
chance.
being here. Watch Caillou. Go get a Caillou doll or something. All right. If you'd like to be a guest or have an idea for the show, please contact us at idaholiving@kby2.com. See you next week, and get out and enjoy Idaho Living.
Promotional consideration was provided by The Village at Meridian, Village Coffee, Meridian Pediatrics, and Kyla Butler Floral Artistry. Jana's Wardrobe provided by Torrid.